Ladies and gentlemen, the Gungans and droids, the Catamundi Conans across our beloved empire. This is the Grand Admiral, Director of the Video Gaming Division here at the Galactic Empire. And let me tell you, wouldn't you agree? You better agree! It's great to be in the Empire today, and let me tell you, it's even better to be a Star Wars fan. Just today, the other day, we got confirmation of Knights of the Old Republic remake coming, and today, we got a little teaser. First look at the gameplay for Star Wars Hunters. It's been on a little hush-hush side for Star Wars Hunters, but today we got some leaked images showing us our first look on what the combat's supposed to look like for Star Wars Hunters, and especially for my Star Wars Galaxy Heroes fans looking for another Star Wars mobile game. And the wait might not be that much longer. Come on over. I'm excited for Star Wars Hunters. Been waiting and waiting and waiting for the director of the video gaming division to get some news here, and we finally have it. However, although I'm excited for this game, there are a couple of concerns that I have, and I want to see if you guys agree with me as well. So come on over. First things first, let's give a special shout out to Ben Solo, aka Kevin Ben Solo. They were one of the first to let me know about this. Man, you're doing your Empire great service. Let me tell you, Ben Solo accidentally came across an advertisement that showed Star Wars Hunters. And the funny thing is, yet we haven't really heard anything except some minor news that it's going to be delayed for official launch into 2022. So thanks, Ben Solo, for all these images that we are about to break down momentarily. A lot of stuff that we can pull out of this. However, website still says it's coming 2021, but in case you missed it, the only news we had since 6 months ago when this first trailer came out was that it looks like Star Wars Hunters was going to be delayed from 2021 to 22, but the game will still do its limited soft launch in the fourth quarter, which the fourth quarter for the financial year starts October 1st. So we might be a few days away from the soft launch. And who knows, even though the website says 2021, we might still see this game released 2020. But nonetheless, it seems like we are going to start seeing some actual gameplay not too far into the future. And let's start taking a look at some of these graphics that we have here. So as of now, this is the only game that we're seeing this 4 versus 4 combat type of game, and it definitely looks like an Overwatch style game. We weren't sure when we first got wind of this game, was it going to be like a Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG, or more like Overwatch? Definitely seeming like it's going to fit that Overwatch model, which lends itself to a lot of interesting topics, which we'll talk about in a few moments here. And first things first, this game is very colorful. Gives me more of a Fortnite type of vibe. Not gonna say anything much about the gameplay because we haven't seen gameplay, but it's definitely more of a vibrant game. And I'm gonna outline one of my first issues. I'm excited we have a variety of characters. We'll talk about the ones that we see here. Looks like there's even more that aren't even on this screen now. My one problem I have, and I've tested out a lot of Star Wars games in beta or before they even got launched, and some never even saw the light of day. Some of these Star Wars games I've played in the past, one of my biggest criticisms that I kind of maintained through a lot of them is, where are the iconic Star Wars characters? Would you want to play this game if there was no Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, heck, even Mandalorian? Because remember, this game, Star Wars Hunters, is supposed to take place after the fall of the Empire. Fake news, let me tell you, the Empire is stronger than ever. But allegedly, after this fall of the Empire, maybe in a different universe, we have this chaos, a lot of stuff going on. You have Imperial remnants kind of becoming mercenaries, and this is why we get this whole title Hunters. You got everyone kind of battling it out inside of this arena here, but we're not really seeing anyone iconic. We're seeing, you know, pretty classic stuff. We got our heavy trooper over here, it seems like. I'm guessing that's maybe a smuggler, maybe a rebel, who it's kind of hard to say. I think it's probably more of a smuggler. We got a robot Jedi, which is a little bit interesting. And we have a Sith over here with the Sith Eternal logo etched on the back of her head here. So we're already seeing there's a wide variety of different characters representing different factions out there. And more importantly, combat. We got ranged units. We got melee units. It's going to have to wait and see what's going to be more prevalent inside this game. I'm guessing this is a bounty hunter, mercenary. We got some Wookiees. And my gosh, this is the one I'm hoping to rock the most. We got freaking two Jawas for the price of one, and even more interestingly so, we got a droideka over to the left. However, you don't see a droideka playable here in the bottom. So here you go. You see the 4 members, or the 8 members pitted up against 4 teams each. There might be a 2 versus 2 game mode, maybe even a 1 versus 1 game mode. Heck, maybe even more. But right now we're adjusting the 4 versus 4 game mode, and it looks like this droideka might be piloted by a Queel type of character, someone who's able to maybe a little droid tinker, just like how Queel got IG-11 back up and running. Maybe the droideka is being fixed up by this Queel Ugnaught looking guy over here. Or maybe if you guys ever played Super Smash Brothers, the Pokemon trainer can kind of rotate mastered 3 different types of Pokemon, it'd be really cool to see if the slingshot or this mechanic, Queel, Ugnaught, whatever you want to call them, can maybe cycle through a couple of droids on the field. Would be very interesting to see that. But as again, you're seeing a wide variety of characters on the field, and if you know Overwatch, this leads to a big opportunity to release lots and lots and lots of characters. But again, are you okay playing a Star Wars game that might not have iconic Star Wars characters? Still nothing confirmed in regards to what the future characters are looking like, but as of now, these are all pretty generic units. But luckily, the graphics look pretty decent for a mobile game for Switch, iOS, and Android. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can pull out in terms of other new characters. Let's look at the other screens here. Do note we have 2 teams. We got the Mudhorns and we got the Gundarks here. I don't know if though you can customize your team name sometime down the road. But moving on here, we got some other characters. So that's the slingshot that we saw right now in that bottom left-hand corner. So I'm assuming that's probably going to be like your Queel, Ugnaught, Droid Tinker. We have, I guess, some other characters. We have Xena, Sentinel. We got Reeve, and then Graz, it looks like. Skora, a unit we did not see. It looks like it has a jetpack. We do have some other Imperial Jump Troopers that we'll see in a moment. They have a droid that's called Jedi. And my boy Utini over here rocking a 2-for-1 special with the Jaws. And if you guys play Galaxiers, that background really does remind me of the Grand Arena type of background here. Again, this is a real-time action game here. Let's move on to these other screenshots, which shows more of the actual gameplay. And this really feels more reminiscent of Overwatch. All these different characters having a different style, class, weaponry, special abilities, different types of health pools, which is going to really lend itself to a lot of interesting combat and theory crafting when it comes to team compositions out there. Can we just take another moment to enjoy our Jawa back there, Utini? You know what I'm hoping for? We're going to kind of speculate on some of these special abilities on these guys. I'm hoping the Jawas over here, they have this 2-for-1 special where you can kind of keep switching between them, like Mario Kart Double Dash. If you brought in a Waluigi and a Mario, for example, they both have different specials or different items they can pick up, and you can keep swapping between them. It'd be really cool to see if you can keep switching between the Jawas, and they have different weapons and or specials, or maybe abilities. Maybe one's faster than the other. Maybe the other one's more accurate than the other. Would be really cool to see what they end up doing at that. But let's take a closer look at the actual UI here. So over here in the top, you see that we have the Gundarks. We're looking from the Gundarks perspective, but there's some other important things here. We have the health bar down here, and we have some other units that we see from their perspective. We're going to check out the Scoundrel/Bounty Hunter perspective, and they don't have nearly as big of a health pool as, for example, the Sentinel does here. We got our special ability right here in the middle. For example, there is a game that just came out called Mech Arena that has a similar thing, where each droid or mech has their own type, special type ability that requires you to wait and recharge. Over here to the right, we have our jump button. This is the most consistent button that we're seeing. So it looks like every unit, no matter what you have, will have a jump button of some sort. And as you see, we got 3 different abilities on this character as well. I'm guessing maybe that's your primary, and then maybe you got 2 special attacks, and you got the big ultimate ability right over here. Got our scoreboard at the very top. Hard to say this is a team deathmatch, capture the flag situation. Again, we don't quite know all the details in regards to what game modes are going to be offering. We just kind of see there's 2 teams split up into 4 right now. Moving on to the next screenshot. This is our sneak peek at what I'm calling the Bounty Hunter Mercenary. Still up in the air on what exactly they're doing. But again, pretty consistent. We have a jump button over here. And then as you see, completely different compared to the Sentinel in regards to their abilities over here. It looks like we got some rockets, maybe even a grappling hook, and even another ability that could shoot even more rockets. So I'm guessing it's trying to be a bounty hunter, very much so like Boba Fett, for example. But we see other units here on the field right here, all in the back. We got the Jump Trooper over here. They fly now, Gary? I don't know. Since when do they fly now? My gosh. We have a Sentinel over there, our heavy Imperial Trooper. Then we got our Wookiee and our Mercenary right here. And as you see, there's a variety of levels here. You got your main level. It looks like you got some higher ground. And it looks like even higher ground over here, which Kenobi would love to see that. So this is going to be important. Depending on what unit you're going to want to use, you're going to want to get vantage points. It looks like maybe this unit's more of a sniper type of class, and maybe it has a grappling hook to reach those higher elevations. We got Jump Troopers trying to get the higher ground as well. So it looks like we're going to have a lot of different units. So although we've seen a couple in the first screenshots, there's still a couple more that we didn't see. Like, for example, we go back a little bit further here. I believe we also had this unit, the Scorer unit. I didn't see this anywhere else. Might be another type of Jump Trooper. It looks like it's got another jetpack of some sort on the back here. And as again, if you note, the health pool's a little bit different. We have 200 health points over here, whereas the Sentinel's 225. So a little bit different for each unit. Some might be faster, some might be tankier, some might have bigger weaponry at the cost of maybe the health pool. We gotta wait and see. So again, it's nice thing we have a variety of different characters and styles of combat here. This is probably gonna be the most important thing right here. The monetization. Let's not beat around the bush. It's a mobile game, Android, iOS, and then Nintendo Switch as well. I think it's a big missed opportunity. Not having this released on Xbox as well as PlayStation, I think the audience is going to be a little bit more limited. But nonetheless, with a mobile game, microtransactions seem to be important. And the question is, what will these microtransactions be used for? Is it just maybe to get a character or a weapon a little bit early on? Is it simply cosmetics? Hard to say. We have our what appears to be crystals, which is the premium currency you can find in Star Wars Galaxy Spheres. We got credits, which if we go based off Galaxy Spheres, might be the lesser premium currency. And then this over here, a little bit interesting. Looks like it's mimicking the Zero unit or the Smuggler unit over here. It might be a specific currency that every character has, a unique currency of some sort for each character that can be used to unlock skins or maybe even upgrade them. So we have our DL-44 blaster right here, very famously used by Han Solo, which makes me kind of think this is supposed to be like some sort of smuggler knockoff of Han Solo here. But we have our Spec Ops blaster, Phoenix blaster, and there's a couple other blasters. We're 360 crystals and 108,000. I'm going to call it smuggler bucks or something like that. I'm assuming if we looked at Slingshot, the Sentinel, you'd see their face with the number. So I think it's a unique currency. Maybe you got to play with them for a little bit of time to earn currency that you can then use to unlock skins. The question is, are these unlocks simply just skins, cosmetics, like a Fortnite type of situation, or are they going to be something a bit more premium to give competitive advantages? That's going to be the most important thing, aside from the other gripes and concerns I have, such as there's not a lot of iconic characters. It's not going to be on PS5 and Xbox. Those things are more peripheral. This is going to really determine how loved is this game. If it's going to be overly monetized, we might run into some problems. The hope is maybe they're going to go for more of a Fortnite type of model, especially since it kind of looks like Fortnite, where it's not going to be mostly competitive advantage. It's mostly just skins and a variety of collabs that they end up doing. And we have one more screenshot over here. Looks like the victory screen. The Gundarks won the battle. Hippity did, most likely because Utini, our Java boys, took it all the way to the finish line here. So it's just a victory screen. But as you see, we got our droid Jedi over here. It's kind of interesting. I was expecting, we did know that we did see some lightsaber combat inside the trailer, so we were expecting some Force users or lightsaber users. Was not expecting a droid jet. It would be interesting to see if this droid has Force abilities. I'm assuming the Sentinel, or I'm sorry, the Sith character we saw earlier might have some sort of Force ability, so it makes you wonder, maybe this Jedi is supposed to be like a light side version of Grievous, maybe very agile, very fast, but no Force abilities. Hard to say. Then we have our Umar Vax, our Bounty Hunter, Mercenary, our Jawa Zutini, and then there's our Sentinel right here. Those are all the screenshots that we have right now. Nonetheless, I'm excited, and especially for Galaxy Spheres players where we maybe feel a little bit burnt out on the game. Not enough Star Wars love going out there. The past 2 days have been great for Star Wars news in terms of video games. Knights of the Old Republic remake, and we're getting our first taste of Hunter's gameplay via images, and I think it's just around the corner before we start seeing this. Now, one more thing I do want to note, you can't find us on the App Store. Again, I think it was accidentally leaked out a little too early, and Ben Solo here was able to get to the actual Google Play Store page where there's already 100 reviews, 4.8 stars, and 5,000 downloads. Now, there might be maybe some early reviews going on out there. Hard to say. I have not heard anything. I talked to a lot of other Star Wars content creators. They have not heard anything or been invited. So hard to say what this is supposed to be in terms of reviews. There's already some people playing around out there. And the other thing I want to point out here is at the very end, it's still showing it's coming in 2021. So although they said official launches in 2022, fourth quarter is right around the corner. So I say expect some gameplay or maybe even some more trailers coming in the near future. All I know is more Star Wars games, the better. Man, let me tell you, I'm getting hungry after all this news of Star Wars games. Let me know your thoughts down below. How you feeling about Star Wars Hunters? I'm looking forward to a real-time shooter experience with Star Wars characters. But again, I think the longevity of the game might be hindered if there's not iconic characters like Mandalorian, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker's characters that existed during this time period before Episode 7 and between Episode 6. Ripe for a lot of fun, non-unique characters. But is that enough to make you want to play this game? So stay tuned. Don't you worry. Your director of the video gaming division here at the Galactic Empire. We'll make sure you stay on top of all the Star Wars Hunters news, and we're definitely going to make a couple of videos when it comes out, and who knows, maybe we're going to take it for a long run as well. Like, comment down below, and subscribe so you're not missing a thing, and most importantly, always remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.